Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. We're back. Oh, get out of here. Hey, people, how you doing? My name is Tim Black. Welcome to the Tim Black Show. Glad you could make it to the show. I'd like to say hello to my people on Periscope, Facebook, YouTube. Actually, we're not on Periscope. We're on Facebook and YouTube tonight. We're doing something a little bit different. Hopefully, our Twitter people will come on over to Facebook and come over to YouTube to watch the show. It's just a little bit easier for our bandwidth. So, let me make sure everybody can hear the show before we get started, really. I got a couple topics I want to dive into. Make sure everybody's up to speed on what's been happening. Yeah, Chris, what's up, Chris? How you doing? Got a couple people on Facebook. What's up, Jan? Sup, Cheryl? Sup? Okay, JT from Lansing. Todd, Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. Good to have you. Jason's, what's up, man? Good evening, Mr. Johnson. What's up, Johnson? How you doing? We doing okay, people? Hope you can hear the show. Hope everybody's able to get tuned in. What's up, Collins and LaVon and Nicole? Glad to have you. Thank you for joining us, hollering at us, coming through. Patricia, all right, looking good. Sue's in the house, doing good on Facebook. I can't get links right now. There's no way I can click on them. Got to do the show. So, yeah, Rose, what's up, Rose? How you doing? What's up, Anita, Neil, Madero? All right. Look, this is good. Margarita Silver Potts and Nirvana's in the house. All right. We good. Judith and Kate, April and Sarah. Kyle, Vanessa, Timothy, Sean, Uli, Madison, Rhonda, George, Judith. What's up, Fedson? I see you over there. All right, what's up? I see what your blazer on. Doing it well, Johnson. All right. So I'm going to get going. George, what's up, Michelle? And what's up, Carrie and Rhonda? Julie Bryan, how you doing? Much love, sis. Now check this out. I'm going to jump over to YouTube, see what we got on the YouTube side. YouTube, can you hear? What's up, Fred and GHM or Jim 8M? The drum. What's up, Debbie? Frost King, she said, where we go from here, Tim? Fred Edward, what's up? What's happening, Tatiana? What's going on? Ultra Khan and Joe, whole crew in the house, a man called David, K2, Irma Linda. Hizzle, Viking Cheese is back for more. Alexis, what's up, Alexis from Dallas? Buck, what's up? I see you got the wrench out, Buck. What's up, Rev Marie, Murray Warren, Sign of the Times, M'amazing, that's what. You know what I'm saying? Represent for the moms out there. Mom amazing. Not amazing. Mom amazing. That's what's up. I hope that's what you meant. What's up, Sarah Key? All right, guys. Tinaloo. Uli, Sarah Key, Michelle, Gary Webb, Brian Crosby, Little Rock, and Joanne Midday. We got some new members already off the top. Jim Garrison, Bar for the Kids, Aaron Alexander, thank you for joining and becoming members of the Wolf Pack. All right? Now, look, guys. I'll tell you something. I have a superpower. Now, look. I know it seemed like I already knew this, right? Because I'm a black man, so that means I could break out of handcuffs and I could, obviously, right? I'm very dangerous. I shoot bullets out of my forehead and, this is the way cops treat us. But no, I have another superpower, right? Don't nobody own me, Jack. And I gave up long ago. Now, when I say I got a superpower, I gave up long ago, no one owns me, that's really, I know it sounds crazy, but it's a superpower. I thought about it today when I did a video on Instagram. I did a video about George Floyd. And in that video, something just came out of me. It just came out of me. I realized I could say whatever I want to say. I could say whatever I want to say because, see, I gave up. I'm not on a hamster wheel. I'm not trying to rise to a certain position in media. This is it. I'm not looking to see if I can get a job over there. This is it. I'm not trying to impress these people. This is it. I'm not trying to not piss these people off because you never know, because this is it. I'm already where I want to be. I'm already doing what I want to do. Whatever I do, if it don't add to this, I'm cool because this is it. And there's a power in that. So that means that anybody else who thinks they're doing what I'm doing, it means that anybody else who thinks that, well, they're speaking truth to power, really what they're doing, if they're not free, if they have in the back of their head, Jim Clyburn ain't so bad. Because, I know he just, voted for Hillary and endorsed Hillary over Bernie and endorsed Biden over Bernie. But he ain't so bad because, I met him and he was a nice guy and he might be able to help me get a job one day. Well, you know what? You going against me is like me fighting a guy with both arms tied behind his back. Because I gave up long ago on any of that shit. So what I mean by that, guys, is when we get to the point, when we decided that we ain't in it no more for that, we become free men and women. We all of a sudden have the ability to be whoever we want to be. We all of a sudden have the ability to stand up for things that other people can never stand up for. I've seen powerful people with so much promise. People that I thought, wow, you got it. Oh, and then I'd be disappointed. Because somewhere in the back of their head, they must have been thinking self-preservation, stable, financial stability, responsibility, must be careful. Now, what's people that disappointed me was me. I wasn't quite sure if a father, at the time, not a grandfather, about to be a grandfather, could take all those risks, because I had my wife, my kids, everybody looking at me, and I'm a major, I've always been a breadwinner of my family, taking care of my people, and I got aging parents. It would be fun if I had Asian parents. It would be cool, though. Might have better credit. No, the point is, guys, let me stop joking. The point is, I've disappointed myself, and I want to tell you, I'm not going to disappoint myself anymore. And I'm here to tell you there's a freedom. There's a very special freedom in not having hope. George Carlin said it's a big group and you ain't in it. Well, it's a big club and you ain't in it. And that's cool. Don't want to be in that club. Gonna make my own club. Yeah. Already did, Jack. It's called the Wolfpack, Johnson. So with that, we'll get started. So now everybody's been talking about, the story of Minneapolis. They've been talking about the rioting. They've been talking about Derek Floyd. We're talking about the Derek Chauvin. Derek Chauvin. He's the cop. He's the one that put his knee on the neck of George Floyd and choked the life out of him. He's the one who's in his house right now chilling. He ordered pizzas last night. Pizza man was too afraid to deliver it. He was like, he looked at all the people outside, looked at all the cops protecting the door. He said, yeah, we just you have to wait to get some pepperoni some other time, my brother. You better order off Bezos. Cause I'm not parking my car around here. So we know the tensions have been escalating. And the reason why they've been escalating is because, well, people are tired and people are fed up and people don't want to hear no BS about, to just quiet down and look, you need to keep trying different ways and, you got to give peace a chance and you got to listen to the system and what happened before the tape was rolling. Listen, mofo, people are pissed off and they tired and we ain't going for that no more. We should never been going for it before. See, we should have stopped. We should have put a pin in this shit on Tamir Rice. I said we should have put a pin in it on Tamir Rice. I mean, if you blow a little baby's brains out, cop walks, we should have put a pin in it then. Maybe then we wouldn't have had a Sandra Bland. Maybe then we wouldn't have had a Breonna Taylor. If we put a pin in it then, maybe we wouldn't have had a Philando Castile. If we put a pin in it then, maybe we wouldn't have had a John Crawford. If we put a damn pin in it then. So it's time to put a pin in this shit because it ain't going to stop, won't stop. It's like a Diddy. Police brutality is like a Diddy track. Like Diddy's career, like the Diddy movement. Can't stop, won't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. It ain't going to stop unless we make it stop. As I look at this story, as I look at Derek Chauvin, and I realize things about him, more and more things come to light about him, I'm totally disgusted. I could curse this entire show, but I won't do that. I won't do that because we got content. Check this out. What you just saw there was the aftermath of some looting that occurred. Looks like that was the AutoZone. And there's a number of places where there was looting. There were smashed windows. Some say the windows were smashed by what appeared to be, may have been, instigators. People sent there to cause damage, to kick it off. I did see one piece of footage that a guy was with a hammer, white guy with half a mask on. And he was the one who initiated the busting out of windows of at least one AutoZone. But you never really know. If we'll ever get to the bottom of that, who knows? But there are rumors that a lot of the major, robbery stuff or looting and look, you know what? The term looting is really not, I don't know if I look at it like looting. The word looting is someone on Twitter posted it. It conjures up a lot of ideas. Looting is what Wall Street did when it took homes. The banks, when they foreclosed on all our homes, 07, 08, left black people with damn near penniless, almost negative, average black family wealth, almost negative. All black wealth was tied up in the homes. Like 80%, 90% of black wealth is tied up in their homes. And when you took their homes, you took their what? You took their futures. So that's what they say that they did with Wall Street. The banks, they looted America. Those companies that looted, they looted people's savings accounts. People's pensions got looted. They just went away. How your money just go away? Well, they took it. It evaporated, Johnson. I don't know. I didn't see that many people that upset. I mean, maybe they were. No one went to jail when they looted the Wall Street. I didn't see people. I don't know. That's like Occupy Wall Street. We were fighting for these same bastards who say we ain't got a right to fight now. We was fighting for them then. Let me get this right. When Wall Street looted us and took our money, took our homes, Occupy Wall Street happened, and the people we was fighting for was saying, why are they out there fighting? Why don't they just go home? And now, when we stand up and we protest, when we rise up for the killing of black folks, those same people who we were standing up before, and ourselves, of course, but for them too, because it's your money too. You got homes, don't you? You got grandparents and cousins. Well, now we got people that we're standing up for. Justice, law, order, respect, ethics, humanity. We want to stand up for these things. And it's the same group of people, it seems. Don't get it, because it ain't them. If it was them, they get it. But since it ain't them, they don't get it. So we saw there a lot of talking about people busting out windows, a lot of people talking about property damage. Hey, man, I'm trying to find out if you guys, got small businesses, or do you work for, Allstate? Because everybody's worried about property damage. I mean, I thought you was Progressive. I didn't know you worked for Progressive Auto Insurance, because all you worried about is cop cars. What you worry about some niggers? What you worry about some black folks? What you worry about some people's lives? If you worried about lives like you worried about Target, billion-dollar company damn near, maybe we'd be alive. Maybe we wouldn't have to throw a rock. You know what I'm saying? Think about that. They still got Tommy Lauren out there doing her shtick. I'd like to know. I don't understand what it is about the blacks. Why do they feel that looting is the way to solve problems? Why is it that busting windows is the way to solve problems? No one's listening to your problem. No one listens no matter what we do. You get that? You understand that, don't you? See, the problem is you don't like looting, you don't like robbing, you don't like rocks being thrown, you don't like cop cars being set on fire, but you know what you do like, it appears? It appears, Tommy, it does seem like you do like police brutality. It seems like you do like black men dead on the street. You do like black women shot in their own home, because I've never seen you ever shed a tear, raise your voice about a single black person dead at the hands of cops, or a single dead white person killed by cops. There are some I've covered on my channel. I remember one who got killed on his own front lawn, right on his own deck that he built with his own hands, because they did a no-knock warrant and went to the wrong effing address. I never saw you cover that story. Nor did you cover the story of the white kid that was at the hotel and he had a little BB gun and they made him crawl and he was drunk, and as soon as he crawled incorrectly, they blew him away. I remember that story. I don't think you covered that story, Tommy. I don't think you give a shit. Or about the little Latino dude, the little Latino kid they shot down and had the toy gun back in L.A. I remember I covered that story too. I don't remember hearing you cover those stories. See, these people don't care about life. They care about rep. They care about growing their media. They care about their position. They care about their career. They care about making political points, but they do not care about life. But let you break a window. Let you flatten a tire. Oh, God. Oh. They lose their shit. Now, so we saw some stuff got busted. Unlike some people, I'm not going to shy away from that. No, I'm not going to offer you the typical disclaimer about, I do not support looting. I do not support breaking glass. I do not, shut up. Rioting is the voice of the voiceless. I don't know about you, but I've lived a long time in this world. As long as I've been black, that's been my entire life. I've known that people did things, maybe some things they shouldn't have done. But I've never known anybody to put themselves at risk legally because, stealing out of a Target when they got cameras in this climate where people with cameras everywhere, they got facial recognition software, it's a risk. And I've never seen a person with money risk going to jail for something that small, like a chandelier or a desk lamp or a radio, a boombox or some shit I saw a guy carrying. Like, do you realize that only the most people, the most neediest people, only people that would do some shit like that? I mean, I ain't doing that good, but I couldn't see myself going down no place where I could get shot with a rubber bullet to get a damn alarm clock. Who would do something like that? People living paycheck to paycheck, people who do not have money. People see this as an opportunity because they don't have any opportunities. This is an indictment. This is an indictment on our system, that we have people that live. We have Americans who have full-time jobs who can't even go 2 weeks without a paycheck, without going into a food line, without going into a bread line, or having to send their kids to the school that's closed down to get lunch because they can't feed them. This is an indictment on our entire country, the fact that we haven't effectively been given a raise. The average American hasn't effectively been given a raise when you count inflation in the last 30 years. And then you say, how dare they take stuff? Sound like a damn fool. So do whatever. You're lucky they didn't take it out of someone's house. Okay? They got insurance. They be all right. Worry about the people sometime, not the corporations funding your shitty little show. Now, moving on. Another video. Check this out. Little update on the situation.
Look how many fucking people.
Oh, my bad, guys, my bad. This is the video. My bad. Now, typically, I wouldn't probably do this, but I got to do this, man. Woo. Okay, this video has a lot of profanity in it. Like, it's a lot of profanity. I mean, a lot of profanity. Okay? So, I'm just saying. So, you know, I just thought I'd let you know. So, if you don't want it to play loudly, maybe you want to cut that down a little bit. But believe me, it's not gratuitous. It's for a reason, and you'll hear it now. You ready? All right, here we go.
Look how many fucking people are defending this killer's house. Look how fucking many are defending this killer's house. Look how fucking many are defending this killer's house. Look how fucking many are defending this killer's house. Look how fucking many. Look how fucking many. Look how fucking many. Look how fucking many are defending this killer's house. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Look how fucking many. They're defending a murderer's house. They are defending a murderer's house.
Look how many. Look how many. I counted, I don't know, man. I'm going to estimate 70, maybe 80. I don't know. A lot of cops. A lot of cops that were out protecting Derek Chauvin's house. Chauvin, I don't know. Scumbag cop, killer cop. The killer cop's house. A lot of them. Wow, amazing. You know, people were saying, Tim, you know, it's not all cops. Some cops are good cops. Yeah, there's some good cops out there. Cops that are good to each other. I mean, this is a representation of the police force. Look what they're doing. They're busy protecting their brother. Too bad they don't see me as their brother. Too bad they didn't see Mr. Floyd as their brother. Maybe then they would have protected him. It's not about just what you say. It's about what you do. Right? Ain't that what they always said? You can talk a good game, but you got to follow it up with action. You can talk the talk, but can you walk the talk? What are they walking, Johnson? Look at all these fucking cops. Look where they were. Protecting him. If just one of those cops that day, Minneapolis, Minnesota, George Floyd, handcuffed. If one out of those 4 cops would have stopped Derek, the killer cop, we'd have a different story right now, wouldn't we? Man, we'd have a movie, a real life movie come to life. We'd have a moment. He'd be a hero. Fuck this. People say, well, Tim, if a cop stands up, stops another cop, then their career is ruined. Then they'd have a new career, Johnson. Immediately. If one of those white cops would have stopped that white cop from killing that black man on live stream, he'd be a hero. If that little porkly Asian cop, that punk motherfucker, if he would have stopped that white cop from killing that black man, he'd be the new vice president or something. Yang would have to move. Get out the way, Andrew Yang. No offense to you, Andrew Yang, but this is our new Asian guy. We had a black president. We had a black guy, and, you know. I'm just telling you, he would have did so much for race relations. It would have been amazing. But what did he do? He punked out. All of them punked out. So don't tell me about how good some cops are. I know there's some good cops. I haven't met every cop in the world, and occasionally I've had a bad cop, and occasionally I had a good cop. Actually, I've had more good cops than bad cops. But I'm supposed to have good cops. I'm supposed to. Stop talking like it's a privilege to get a good cop. For a cop to do something, sending me stuff about these cops. I mean, I love you. I know you mean well. But ain't it what they supposed to do? Tim, you had a good show tonight. Yeah, thank you. Oh, Tim, it was such a great show tonight. You are a saint for doing a great show. Okay. Oh, it's amazing that you did a great show. Wow. I'm supposed to do a good show. That's what I do shows for. But evidently, cops that say good words supposed to somehow mitigate cops who let men die in broad daylight and do shit, nothing, zero, and then go defend the killer cop's house because we wouldn't want anything bad to happen to it. But, okay, fine. You want to see it? Okay, fine. Here we go. I'll be your huckleberry.
Y'all took an oath, the same oath that 800,000 of us have taken, to serve and protect our communities. Officers like this tarnish the badge. They tarnish the oath. We have to go out here and work harder to repair those relationships with our communities across the entire U.S. because it doesn't just affect one community, it affects all of them. I hope y'all are charged accordingly. To the Floyd family, I am sorry for your loss. And to my Blue family, we can't let this happen anymore.
Good afternoon. My name is Detective Demaine Freeland. In light of what has happened in Minneapolis, I felt compelled to say something because I realized by saying nothing that I am indeed saying something. So because of that, let me first state that I do not apologize for the career path of which I have chosen, for it has allowed me the opportunity to be able to support my local church and the kingdom of God in which I pledge my life. It has also allowed me the opportunity to be able to support my family and those that I love dear to me. With that being said, I'd like to state that although we wear the same uniform and although we wear the same badge and our job descriptions may similar in many ways, me and every good cop in the department are different from that heinous act that has transpired in Minneapolis. I want to state, because of this heinous act, that every cop is not a bad cop. In the beginning, in starting this career, we take an oath to serve and protect. I would like to say that that officer failed on both aspects. And because he had failed, he is not my friend, he is not my brother, but he is my enemy. He's not my enemy because of any race, creed, or color, but he is my enemy because he has brought dishonor to the uniform and the badge. This uniform and this badge is supposed to be a beacon of light to those that are lost. Citizens are supposed to feel safe when they see this badge and when they see this uniform. I would like to further state that this officer again failed. So because of that, I chose, and I'm taking this opportunity to wear my uniform, proud to state that although there are bad cops, there are good cops. And I just believe that it's time for every good cop to speak up. So I close this message by saying be safe, be careful, and most importantly, be blessed.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much. A lot of disclaimers in both those videos. First cop, hey man, how about a little less reading? How about a little bit from the heart? Just a little bit from, just speaking to the camera. Tell the people. Talk to them. And I just, want people to, and we need to do better because we are people that are cops, and we should do better. And you desecrate the badge when you don't do the thing you're supposed to do. Hey man, just talk. Other guy, look man, hey, go with God. I feel you, man. Whatever, praise the Lord. But Jesus, man. First of all, and look, I appreciate the sentiment. And all cops aren't bad cops. I get that. You know what? All black men aren't killers either. And all black men aren't rapists, assault and battery, gang members, or drug dealers. Not like drug dealing part, hey, that's what the pharmaceutical industry is. And see what I'm saying like that, so... But the bottom line is, like, all black men aren't either, so won't cops treat us that way? Won't they treat, us, regular people, like individuals? Cops won't be treated like individuals. And, hey, I got to point this out because I don't got time to play games with you cops. It's not just Derek Chauvin, the killer cop, that's the problem here. It was the other 3 cops that were there who did absolutely, positively nothing. They stood by and watched the man die who cried out for his mama. A 46-year-old man crying for his mama is dying. And none of them did anything. So it's not just the guy with his knee on the neck. It's the people that watched him put the knee on the neck and didn't do nothing. There were people pleading with the other officers to stop it, and they would not stop it. So they're accessories to murder. Now, and that casual person, a lay person who watched those videos, they say, wow, these officers got to go to jail. Yeah, that's what a lay person would say. That's what you and I would say. That's because we have a heart. We have the ability to see. And we can see whatever happened before the cameras run. When the time we start a video, at the point we were at, he was handcuffed and face down, laying on his stomach, not fighting, not threatening anyone, unable to hurt anyone. None of the cops were bloody or beaten or fearing for their lives. They killed him slowly and emphatically on that street. That's what it looks like to all of us. Well, not to the Attorney General of Hennepin County. Check this out.
Nothing to do with it? I think part of the problem is, sir, the video goes on for 7 minutes. He is clearly struggling to breathe during that time. And I think people will be hard-pressed to understand how you can't bring charges, at least, against the officer who had his knee on that man's neck.
It's a violation of my ethics to talk and evaluate evidence before we announce our charging decision, and I will not do that. I will say this, that video is graphic and horrific and terrible, and no person should do that. But my job in the end is to prove that he violated a criminal statute, and there is other evidence that does not support a criminal charge. We need to wade through all of that evidence to come through with a meaningful determination, and we are doing that to the best of our ability.
So you can see the Attorney General for the Hennepin County who makes a decision of how they proceed, if they will prosecute Mr. Chauvin. He was right there explaining to you that he haven't seen enough evidence where he could bring charges of any kind at the moment. And he saw the film, Johnson. The film has been looked at multiple times. But based on that 10-minute film, that snuff film that you saw, where a man's life is slowly choked out of him, that's not enough. Got to make sure, because maybe it's the way we can get out of this. Right? Isn't that really what he's saying? Isn't that really it? All right, so I want to give you a little bit of background on Derek Chauvin. Derek Chauvin's not new to this. See, Derek Chauvin has a history of police brutality complaints. He's been on the force for 10 years. I'm sorry. Chauvin's been on the force for 19 years. He has 10 conduct complaints. In 2006, Derek Chauvin was one of 6 officers who responded to a stabbing, according to an insider, which cited a 2016 report from the Minnesota activist group Communities United Against Police Brutality. Somebody stabbing and they shot a guy to kill the guy. Well, he stabbed a guy, he shot a guy. He killed. Chauvin shot a citizen before. Okay. Because it says his name was Wayne Reyes. He's suspected of stabbing his girlfriend, and a friend was shot dead. Said he pointed a gun at officers from his truck, according to the report. It was unclear during the initial probe which officers fired their weapons. Following protocol, all the officers, including Chauvin, were put on paid leave during the probe, the outcome of which was unclear. Also in 2006, Chauvin and 7 other officers were named in an unrelated federal lawsuit filed by an inmate at the Minnesota Correctional Facility. The case was dismissed without prejudice in the following year. In 2008, Chauvin responded to a 9/11 domestic call. Chauvin and his partner entered the home when they confronted Latrell Totes, who was holed up in the bathroom. He tried to flee when Chauvin got inside. Chauvin said the guy tried to grab his gun. Chauvin was awarded a Medal of Valor for his response to the incident involving a man armed with a gun when he killed the man. 2011, Chauvin was placed on temporary leave after he responded with other officers for reports of a shooting. Leroy Martinez, 23, was spotted running from the scene. He had a scene with a gun and the officers gave chase. An eyewitness challenged the police's claim that Martinez was holding a gun when he was shot, according to an insider which cited a report in the Star Tribune. Delora Eisman told the Star Tribune that Martinez had dropped the pistol and held his arms in the air before cops gunned him down. Instead, in that case, Chauvin did not fire his gun, and the other cops were placed on a standard 3-day administrative leave. So there have been cases of times where he pulled his gun, cases where he shot his gun. He was involved in things, but never any disciplinary action, just charges of... Several citizens said he committed police brutality, but none of those resulted in any type of disciplinary action on behalf of the Minneapolis Police Department. I did run across something that was kind of interesting, though. You know when we talked about Amy Klobuchar and how Amy Klobuchar was an attorney in Minneapolis, I think Hennepin County, same county where this attorney general is, where this incident took place. And we used to talk about it. I've talked about famously how Klobuchar, who some people call Clobocop, how she did a really good job of locking up poor people, especially black people. But she never, ever, ever prosecuted a single cop for anything ever, no matter what they did. And then she ran to the right of the Democrat that was running after she built up this portfolio of being tough on crime. She ran to the right on law and order, just like someone else I know, Kamala Harris. They run to the right of Democrats who are more to the center. They go harder on law, say they're for law and restoring law and order, and people like that, particularly when you're in a red state. Well, I'm sorry, a purple state. You know, Minnesota's purple. Well, it turns out that George Floyd might be alive today if Amy Klobuchar had done her damn job, because she had an opportunity to stop all of this before it happened. Amy Klobuchar declined to prosecute the officer at center of George Floyd's death. Before she became a senator and the top contender for former Vice President Joe Biden's vice presidential slot, Klobuchar spent 8 years as the Hennepin County attorney in charge of prosecution for Minneapolis. And while in that position, Klobuchar declined to prosecute multiple police officers cited for excessive force, including the officer who kneeled on Floyd's neck as he protested. As I pointed out earlier, guys, Derek Chauvin saw at least 10 conduct complaints during his 19-year career. That's before he was fired on Tuesday. Complaints against the officer in particular. He was involved in the shooting death of a man who stabbed other people before attacking police, allegedly, as well as other undisclosed complaints. Yeah, do you think if there was no footage of, Mr. Floyd having his hands cuffed, do you think they would have wrote it up that he was resisting arrest or not? I think they probably would have, Johnson. And obviously, based on the actions of the police officers here who don't give a damn about cameras, they would have lied for him. They became accessories to this crime. Why would they? If you won't step in and stop a cop from doing something wrong, are you really going to say that the cop falsified a report? In the heat of the moment, while you hear a man crying for help, dying on the street, you won't do anything. You're not moved to action. But later, when they file a report, all of a sudden, then you would get a momentary, feeling of, hey, I got to right the wrong. I don't think you would, Johnson. I think if you are so cold and your heart's so broken, your moral compass is so damaged, it's so shot, the ball bearings are rusted, the gears are stripped. If your any empathy, any of your humanity has been zapped out, barren, removed from the shelves, not unlike toilet tissue at the local supermarket, at the beginning, the genesis of the pandemic. If you are that devoid, if your heart is cold, so cold that you can't be moved, you can't be bothered to help a man who's handcuffed behind his back for a nonviolent crime that you were there for, some bullshit to get a ticket or something. And now all of a sudden he's on the ground crying and dying and urinating on himself, begging for his life, saying he can't breathe for over a almost 10-minute period of time. You mean to tell me all of a sudden you're going to find Jesus and tell the truth when it's time to turn in the paperwork? I don't think you are, Johnson. I think you're going to ride with the lie. I think you're going to ride with the lie. So I want to be moved by all this talk about these two cops who say, hey, we need to do better. We shouldn't be, killing people and stuff. We should stand, it's just one bad apple. You saw that bad apple. We can get him out of here because the rest of us, hey, man, what you got blood on your hands? Wipe the blood off your hands. Wipe the blood off your hands, man. The rest of us are upstanding, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know what you're saying. I'm not buying that shit. You can buy it if you want to, America. This has been a long time coming. I hope this one sticks. I hope that we don't let it go. I am inspired by the fact we had so many people out in that street of all shapes, sizes, colors, persuasions, everything. People out here because they're tired. Tired. I saw in New York they were protesting that 50 people got arrested in New York for a protest. I mean, they're protesting these things all across this country right now. We are tired. And what we don't want is a bunch of platitudes and a lot of smooth talk from politicians who are not going to do a damn thing at the end of the day. Now, Donald Trump talked a lot about he wanted the black vote. Here goes the black vote, bruh. Yeah, I saw him use his pen today. It was because he was mad at Twitter. We'll talk about that later. But it ain't got nothing to do with Mr. Floyd. So he said he want the black vote, and what you got to lose? You. That's what we got to lose. We could get more people like you, mofo. You who don't give a damn. And don't tell me, hey, look, don't pretend he does. I see you out there. Trump does not give a shit. Right now, look, where's he at? Where's he at? We had Ahmaud Arbery. Where's he at? He looked pretty good in the tux, so hope justice served. But when it came down to the cops, what's he doing? Silence. All right. I think that's it on this story. I think that's enough, man. Yeah. Yeah, get her off my screen, Johnson. Get her off my screen. Okay. It is what it is. I'm not going to apologize for a damn thing that people feel moved to do. I mean, we got a lot going on. What makes me the sickest is this could have been an opportunity, man. I truly wish that somebody would have intervened. Anybody. At least even tried to intervene. You wouldn't even have to be successful. I know it's crazy talk, right? It's crazy talk that somebody could put themselves in harm's way and try to save that man's life. Just trying would have been. That's all we want, man. That's all we want. We want people to try, right? We might not always win, but if you try and your heart's in the right place, people will know it. All the talk after the point does not mitigate a thing. Now, there are people that want to have hope because their cousins are cops or their brothers are cops or they're married to a cop, and I feel you. But it's about what that officer does in that moment, man. They're given a gun and a badge and a license to kill. And we don't feel safe. I don't feel safe for myself. I don't feel safe for my wife. I don't feel safe for my kids. I don't feel safe for my neighbors. I don't feel safe for my friends. I don't feel safe for any of y'all. No one. Any of you can be a victim today. Move wrong, act wrong, speak wrong. They get the wrong idea. If you're white, they probably never even talk about it. I mean, unless the officer was black, then they'll talk about it, right? Same thing with us if it's probably, They just play us and play us and play us, but at the end of the day, we cannot cop out on that. Don't just tell me, oh, it's a distraction. Don't give me that, it's just a distraction. These are real people's lives. These are real people's lives. Maybe if you had to deal with this type of trauma all your life, never knowing if your son going to come back home when he goes out to school, always worried about him, keep your hands, got to have the talk, keep your hands at 12 and 2, don't make no sudden movements, don't do this, don't do that, take your hat off when you're in the car, all this shit you got to tell a black son. Maybe if that's your life, maybe you feel a little bit different. I know there's some white guys out here who had their teeth knocked out, who had some bad encounters with cops as well, or just as afraid and worried about their sons and daughters around police officers because they've gotten that bad cop. They know what I'm talking about. But there's some of us who are detached from reality so much that they don't even know what the hell I'm talking about. I might as well be talking about a trip to Mars. They're like, what the hell? I don't have any idea. All the cops are nice to me. Yeah, I know. That's the point. That's the point. That's why it's called systemic racism. It's systemic. It is racism. You ain't the right race for the systemic racism. All right, I'll move on, guys. I'll move on because I do have other stuff I want to get to that's... We're going to leave comments in the comment section. Please donate super chats. I'll read your stuff. I want to talk about Cuomo because everywhere I look, it's like I'm seeing the Cuomo promos. I'm seeing promos for Cuomo. I am Andrew Cuomo. I talk in slow-mo because I like to hear myself. No, I'm not a Momo, but I talk slow. Together, we are New York. I don't know why people like this guy, but they do. They say, oh, he's always there. He's right on the money. He knows he cares. He cares so much he cut Medicaid during the pandemic. That's like cutting boots, rain boots in a snowstorm, in a rainstorm. It's like cutting gloves and mittens in a snowstorm. It's like cutting off the heat in the worst part of winter. I don't know, it's worse than that. He cut Medicaid during the pandemic. Why? What else is there to say, Johnson? I really want to know. What else is there to say after that? I mean, that's not a clue. So, anyway, here goes the press conference. And look, guys, try to watch this because Cuomo brings up a couple of friends so he could better communicate what New Yorkers need to do.
In communication. And my main job all through this has been communications. This was not a task government could ever accomplish. I knew that from day one. I know what government can do. I know what government can't do. Tell 19 million people in the state of New York that they have to stay home. Government can't do that. I can say it, but we'd have no way to enforce it. It's up to what people do. And people, especially New Yorkers, they're going to do what they want to do. They're going to do what's smart if you give them the information, if they believe you, if the information convinces them. But they're going to do what they're going to do. So my job from day one has been communicating the facts to people so people can make a smart judgment for themselves. So people had the information to protect themselves, to protect their family, to decide what was smart. That's my job as governor. That's what I've been doing. That's what I continue to do. I'm still trying to communicate to people how important it is to take tests and wear masks, etc. I have, at times, been frustrated that not everybody seems to get it. I have my 3 girls at home, as you know. Family keeps us grounded. You know, family always has a way of bringing you back to reality. My girls have been very good at telling me that when I raise the frustration of communication, they say, well, it's you, Dad. You're the one who's not communicating. They've had many helpful hints as to why I haven't been able to communicate effectively or to the level I would like to, that I'm not cool enough.
I can't do it, man. I try, man. I can't do it, man. This guy is just... I mean, he's actually sitting up there doing a Louis C.K. Yeah, he's literally doing a Harvey Weinstein. That's what he's doing. He's the Harvey Weinstein of governors. What purpose does it serve to drone on and on and on and on? Talking about yourself in the goddamn third person. I thought this was about New York. Or was it about you? It's about you. This guy's a complete goofball. Look, I can't even play the part I wanted to play. I wanted you to see how bad he was and get the disconnection, and maybe you can help me understand why people say he's good. Oh, you think this guy should replace Biden? That guy? Biden, I don't know what Biden's talking about, but at least he has funnier stories that lead places that are funny. Or it's funny watching him do it. This guy is complete vacuous. This guy, I can't. So later on in this clip, he has Rosie Perez, from Do the Right Thing. I like Rosie Perez. Right? I like Rosie Perez. I don't know why she's up there. And Chris Rock. Oh, because they're from Brooklyn, so maybe people in Brooklyn, Brooklynettes, the Brooklyns, they'll listen if Chris Rock's telling them to do it. Chris Rock come out like, I like Governor Cuomo. Governor Cuomo is great. He saved my life. Oh, man. He knows what to do. Every day I listen to Governor Cuomo. Oh, man, I love him. And Rosie's over there like, oh, Pookie. You can hear Mookie. We're in New York. Shut up. Both of you. Why should people listen to actors about personal protective equipment and wearing masks? Why? I mean, guys, it's hilarious. It would be hilarious if it wasn't such a... It's insulting to make people listen to that shit. Okay? So I stopped it as to not insult you. But it was horrible. Yeah. Oh, no. I don't know anything. Yeah, I know comedy, but I don't know Corona. I like Heineken. Give me a Miller Genuine Draft or a mixed drink. But Cuomo keep me away from the Corona. I said, Eddie, what are we going to do? So I called up Dave Chappelle. I said, Dave, it's your brother Kazar. Okay, Mookie. If that wasn't enough to kind of like tell you how far up Schitt's Creek we are, wow, we're all the way up the creek. If that wasn't enough to show you how bad off we are, you know what's happening with Trump now? Trump is really, like there was a time when I told you guys I had to stop paying more attention to him because he's horrible, right? And sometimes when you don't pay attention to horrible, like weight, like I wasn't paying attention to my weight. Now I am like, oh shit, uh-oh, that's Trump. Hey, whoa, okay, okay. You start getting a little, whoa. No, I won't have seconds, thank you. Need to get my big ass up and walk. Been sitting down for 2 years now. And that's sort of like with Trump. It snuck up on me how horrible he is because nobody was talking about him. Because, too many people on the right are watching my shit, and I'm stopping to talking about Trump. And all the people that I know in independent media, we so progressive, we only want to look at Democrats. Nobody wants to look at Trump. And meanwhile, Trump's over here having a damn field day. He done ripped down all the wallpaper, punched holes in the walls, pissed all over the America, just urinated and defecated everywhere and got old pizza boxes in every state and just desecrated everything. He just destroys he's like John Belushi on the bench, or I don't know. This guy's just horrible. He's biblical. The level of garbage he's spewing now. What he's doing now is. What he's doing now, and the distance you can't ignore. He said, no, you don't want to pay attention to anything he does. I get it. Look at Biden. I get it. I know that's what you want. Listen to what I'm telling you. They put out a fact check on Trump on Twitter. So because Trump sent out some tweets about Joe Scarborough that are like 15 years old, a 20-year-old allegation that Scarborough had something to do with a death of an intern or something. Meanwhile, Trump could have that investigated if he really cared. Like, he could, he could just hire somebody to look into it. But instead of just rather tweet about it, Then he sent out a tweet saying that mail-in ballots are, prone to hacking or miss or stealing elections or something, which is garbage. It's just that he don't want us to mail in ballots because that might help Biden. So all of a sudden now mail-in ballots are easily tampered with and should not be, used or whatever. But they were used in 2016 and he still beat Hillary. So which one is it? So anyway, Twitter decided they can't take down the tweet of Trump, but they can start fact-checking him. So underneath his tweets, they put click here to get the real truth. Okay, that's what they did to him. They had to put a governor because he was just going too fast. Some cars they go too fast. You do 180, can't do 180. Put a governor on you, now you can only do 120. Okay, that's Trump. That's what the Twitter did. Trump does not like the governor. He does not like rules. He's Trump. He don't want to be so nice. He don't want people looking over his shit. He don't want people correcting him. He wants to be able to say whatever he wants to say. And anytime he wants to say it, whether it's true or false, he don't care. Here goes Trump, pissed off, and this is what he did about it.
You know what's going on as well as anybody? It's not good. A small handful of powerful social media monopolies controls a vast portion of all public and private communications in the United States. And we know what they are. We don't have to name them. We're going to give you a complete listing. We're going to give you a signed copy of what I'm going to be signing in a couple of minutes, and you'll see exactly what we're doing. They've had unchecked power to censor, restrict, edit, shape, hide, alter virtually any form of communication between private citizens or large public audiences. There's no precedent in American history for so small a number of corporations to control so large a sphere of human interaction, and that includes individual people controlling vast amounts of territory, and we can't allow that to happen, especially when they go about doing what they're doing, because they're doing things incorrectly. They have points of view, and if we go by that, it's actually amazing that there was a success in 2016, but we can't let this continue to happen. It's very, very unfair. And you look at the statistics and you look at what is going on, and I think everybody would very much agree with that, including Democrats, by the way. I saw quite a few Democrats are saying this is about time something is done. So let's see if they keep that decision after they hear that we agree with them. The choices that Twitter makes when it chooses to suppress, edit, blacklist, shadow, ban, are editorial decisions, pure and simple. They're editorial decisions. In those moments, Twitter ceases to be a neutral public platform and they become an editor with a viewpoint. And I think we can say that about others also, whether you're looking at Google, whether you're looking at Facebook, and perhaps others. One egregious example is when they try to silence views that they disagree with by selectively applying a fact check, F-A-C-T, fact check. What they choose to fact check and what they choose to ignore or even promote is nothing more than a political activism group or political activism. And it's inappropriate. You look at what's happened, you look at where they're going, where they're coming from. I think you all see it yourselves. This censorship and bias is a threat to freedom itself. Imagine if your phone company silenced or edited your conversation. Social media companies have vastly more power and more reach than any phone company in the United States, more reach actually than your newspapers by far, more reach than a lot of your traditional forms of communication. Therefore, today I'm signing an executive order to protect and uphold the free speech and rights of the American people. Currently, social media giants like Twitter receive an unprecedented liability shield based on the theory that they're a neutral platform, which they are not an editor with a viewpoint. My executive order calls for new regulations under Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act to make it that social media companies that engage in censoring or any political conduct will not be able to keep their liability shield. That's a big deal.
Make excuses for him. Go ahead. Make excuses for him. I know you wanna. You can't, man. Trump's only talking about this because Twitter got him pissed off. That's it. He said it. Fact check. Fact check. F-A-C-T. Fact check. All this because earlier this week, Twitter moved earlier this week to label the president's tweets on mail-in ballots, directing users to news outlets, marked a major shift for the social media company. For years, Twitter had allowed Trump and other politicians to share views unfettered, even if they amount to misinformation, believing that even the most controversial tweets, maligning rivals, and other users serve the public interest. Since it started fact-checking on Tuesday, Twitter doubled down, added its label to hundreds more tweets, including a Chinese government account touting false information about the coronavirus, an account that manipulated an image purporting to show the officer who killed George Floyd. But like all things, and even if, look, to a certain degree, of course, you know, these social media platforms have too much power. They do. They are too powerful and they control so much of information. People are not even going to newsstands anymore. They're going to social media. But even that being said, I don't think I want the government handling it. You want the FTC overseeing Facebook and Twitter? Then it means things are going to move based on who's in office because they're under that administration, right? So they would lean Democrat or Republican. Now, not only do our news lean Democrat or Republican, now our social media would lean politically Democrat or Republican depending on the administration that is currently in power. But once again, Trump's self-serving as hell. He's only doing this, he's only starting this, which will be a lawsuit, which will take for who knows how long, because they're going to fight back. Tech companies got more money. They got more money than Trump. They ain't got more money than the U.S. government. They got more money to go after Trump and to go back and forth. So that's what's going to happen. Facebook spokesperson Liz Bourgeau said in a statement that the company believes in protecting freedom of expression along with protecting users from harmful content. I just think this is another example of how far Trump goes. And that he's totally self-serving, man. The guy only cares about himself. If he wasn't up for re-election, he'll make a stink now. And this was to do what? To discredit people from using mail-in ballots. To discredit the process. There's a lot of corruption. Yes, there is. Is Trump the answer to that corruption? No, he is not. No, he's not. Jesus. And by the way, I am against false information in tweets, even if it's Trump or whoever it is. I recently had to, I tried to, one of the tweets that's mentioned in the article. They tweeted out that killer cop they had a picture of him, found him on the internet, said that was him wearing a makeshift MAGA hat that said "Make Whites Great Again" or something. That wasn't even the guy. And I was like, hey, bro, could you take that down? That looks bad. They're just going to use that against us and try to make this guy a victim now of being whatever. And, of course, he wouldn't do it. So, disinformation is never good. If you knowingly put out wrong information, maybe there should be a penalty for that. I mean, if you don't give a shit, you say, well, you're doing it to prove a message or to send a message. How can you lie to people? Why should you gaslight people and then say, well, I'm doing it for a message, when you actually benefit from it? I mean, if the thing gets shared 30,000 times and you grow 10,000 followers, don't tell me you just did it because you wanted to see what people would say. For real, dog, that's why you did it? That's why you did it? You did it because you wanted to see how many people were going to be more concerned with the misinformation that's in this tweet than be concerned about Mr. Floyd being murdered. You know, people can be concerned about both. You know, people can, like me, like, I've been a proponent of championing against police brutality before I didn't even knew who the hell you were, right? And I still don't want misinformation out there that takes people that weren't even involved in this incident and has people harassing them because you think you want to prove a point and you don't even give a damn. It just makes us look bad, that's all. And it's unnecessary. And it's just wrong. You're wrong. It's misinformation. It's inaccurate. It's just, it's the wrong thing to do. Reverend, Bishop, I tell you, man, these people, man. Anyway, sorry, I didn't want to go on a tangent there. It just don't make sense to me. I'm talking about a fucking bishop. I got to explain me, loudmouth, foul-mouth, Tim Black, has to explain morality, right and wrong to a bishop. And he still don't fucking get it. Instead accuses me of, oh, so you're one of those people that care more about accuracy than all right, guys, look, tomorrow's Freedom Friday. Phone lines will be open tomorrow, 10:30ish. Call in, speak truth to power. Be a voice, be a clarion voice in the darkness. Tell the world how you feel. Bring up issues, stories that you care about, news topics that have happened over the last week or so. That you're moved to express yourself. I'm happy as hell to be able to do that tomorrow. I'll see you here. Follow me at Real Tim Black. Also subscribe, become a member of the Wolf Pack. You do that because we speak truth to power here. We don't need to get in anyone's club. We got our own club. Join our club. You're welcome. The door is open. And we are giving you news the way it should be given, which is honest and true and straightforward and no beating around the bush. All right? So you leave smarter, not more confused. All right? I love you. And with that, let me go check the comment section. I tell you, people, I tell you. So welcome once again, Bob for Kids and Jim Garrison and Aaron Alexander, maker of things. Officer Jacob Peterson from Minnesota caught on video breaking windows and started riot fires. Goodness gracious, an officer did that? That's going to be fun to cover tomorrow, man. Yeah, people were saying this. Anthony Clark, who ran for office in New York that I interviewed back in 2016, he sent out a tweet about something, but it wasn't very specific. He didn't name names. But he was saying how there are some plainclothes officers who were involved in some of the violence or the destruction of property, and they were intentionally doing it to change the narrative. So we got evidence of that. I love to cover it. I'm all over that. I'm all over it, brother. Maker of things. Debbie Howard. Which way do we go from here? I'm at a loss. Woo. Which way do we go from here? We're all at a loss. Welcome to the club. Which way do we go from here? Well, I think we need to all get a lot more focus in our sheriffs and who's our sheriff in our town. Who are elected officials in local politics. I think that's the lesson for the day. Who's your Amy Klobuchar's, your attorney generals? We need to know these things. We need to know how to use our force and power and numbers locally. Because you see what's going on here. Like Trump does a lot of stuff that's like, but really, what's impacting these people in Minneapolis? Local law enforcement. Mayors, governors. Other elected officials right there locally. That's where it's at. And I think that's where we go from here. Okay? Debo, the Black Panther, let's do this. Thank you, Debo. I appreciate you, Johnson. ABT, ART, Art. I appreciate you as well. Art, what's up, Johnson? Thank you. Papa Joe says, I really appreciate you, Tim. Thank you for the engage and rage. I gave up, Johnson. You stuck with me. You stuck with me, I'm stuck with you. What the hell? Let's make some noise. Huh? Angela Skywalker's a new member. Thank you for joining, Angela. Princess Queen, thank you, Princess Queen. The hypocrisy is center stage. They ride for a damn football game and police protect the citizens who walked into a government building in Michigan. Steve Jacobs said, gangsters protecting one of their own. Crooks. Steve Jacob, what about the 70 cops in front of this house? BS. Right. Fist of dissent. If you have 10 bad cops and 1,000 good cops, but the good cops don't do a damn thing, then the bad cops do bad cop stuff, you got 1,010 bad cops, Johnson. Right. Exactly. They say inaction, silence is complicity. That's what we've been saying, right? Do something, see something, say something. Do something. No. See something, say something, do something. Yeah. See something, say something, do something. All right. Vivian, thank you, Tim, for all you do for all of us. Thank you for what you do for me. You guys give me strength every day, and you always remind me I ain't got to worry about nothing but you and me and the truth. And if I worry about the truth, everything else will take care of itself. Those who get mad today will be back tomorrow because the focus is truth. We may not always agree on everything, but if the focus is truth and we don't have ulterior motives, either one of us, then we're gonna be all right. We're going to be all right. Fist of dissent. It's not the violence and cover-up that's new. It's the phone cameras that are new, Johnson. Love the show, brother. Don't ever stop. I won't stop. I won't stop. No time. Did you see the wheelchair woman stabbing people? I'm going to cover that tomorrow. Look, because I want that film. Later, I heard that she could walk, and then I saw a film of her walking. But I didn't get a chance to grab the clip, so I got to have that clip to cover that story. Because if not, people go, oh, the poor lady in the wheelchair. So I needed to be very clear that she's stabbing people in her fake wheelchair like she disabled. And when the lady punched her, that's because she's probably stabbed her sister, which puts a whole different spin on the narrative, don't it? Because you know that's what they want to do. Look at the animals beating on the poor fair-skinned, disabled woman. Oh, what's the world come to? Well, she not disabled, and she had a knife, and she had stabbed some people. The fact she was able to wheel her big ass up out of there in one piece is amazing. And she went to a high school football game in Kentucky. I don't know some small towns in Kentucky. I know some high school football games in Prince George's County, like in Largo, like they really care about their football. Or their little league. Forget football, forget high school, and you go to a little league game talking too much smack. You get beat the F up just for being loud. She went to a protest where they're protesting against police brutality. She went in front of a place that people were breaking into, throwing rocks. And she started stabbing people. Only the black ones. Only the black people. And some people saw it and they said, hey. And they stopped her. And she's alive and she's talking and moving. You had to call ambulance. I ain't see her dripping or nothing. And y'all go, oh, God. So the narrative matters. It's important that we get the full story. Fastriola, thank you, Fastriola. Floyd family, attorney Benjamin Crump, is asking folks to call DA Mike Freeman's office to insist all 4 cops involved are arrested and charged with murder. LaToya Bailey, black vote boycott now. Alien insurgent. You're a good man, Tim Black. We believe in you, brother. Thank you. I believe in you. That's why I'm able to be me, because I believe in you. You understand what I'm saying? Like, this is I'm serious, guys. I don't want to lay it on too thick. I don't want to get too, sentimental, but I believe in you. That's why I'm able to be me. And I think if more people realized what I started out this show with, man, if more people in media got that through their heads, we would win this shit. We would really win if the people would stop buying into the system of hierarchies. If they would stop buying into, I need a job here, and I need to get this thing here, and I need to compromise here, and I got to play the game to do this. You don't have to do that. You think you have to do that. What you need are 1,000 true fans. You need 1,000 true fans. That's all you need, Johnson. And you can be whoever you want to be. And you can be your true self. And you ain't got to compromise. So like I said, I'm able to be me because I believe in you. You give me the power to be me. Yeah. Both ways. Ellie JJ, what's up, Ellie JJ? Latanya, I love you all. Wolfpack, thank you, Tim. Thank you back. Latanya Bailey, are we still slave property? Basically, yes. Yes, we are. We are all slave property. The jails eat us all, Johnson. They'll put us all in jail. They take all our homes if they can. They deny us health coverage. We can't do phone lines. It's an F-bomb tonight. Latanya, that's tomorrow. Tomorrow is phone lines. My brother's a cop and I've seen the system change him. I can't defend him even though it's family, but I do support independent media only, Johnson. Philip, thank you, Philip. It's a gang. It's a gang. People want to justify it. It's a fucking gang. It's a gang. Oh, but I need to take care of my family. Yeah, most people who join gangs try to take care of their family too. That's the same reason most people do shit they do. See, you're in the system, they say it's legal. That's because they say it's legal don't mean it should be legal. It should not be legal to kill a man who's running from you with no weapons drawn at you. It should be illegal to kill somebody with their hands in handcuffs, laying on their stomach. That should be illegal. It shouldn't even be. What's there to look into? These cops should be in jail immediately while they sort it out, like anybody else would. Like anybody else would. If you put your foot on a dog's neck, and it was on video, and that dog died, they come get you, lock your ass up. But since this was a officer who did this, then they give Mr. Floyd the respect they would give a dog. Hey, Tanya, thank you. New member, Andrew Smith. What's up, Andrew? How you doing, man? Welcome to the Wolfpack. Sandy. Sanchez, what's up, man? Sanchez, I still feel bad about you, man. I called you Sanchez in the video. Sanchez was in my video. He was the first caller in the video where I had callers all chiming in about Joe Biden. He started it off. Probably the hardest position to take. The first guy at the gate sets the tone. First Johnson. The first Johnson out the gate sets the tone for everybody else. And there's all the pressure. And he was like this. You know? You know what I'm saying? He walked up to the joint and was like, issue, point, issue, point, issue, point, issue, point. Bam, and he dropped the mic. You know? So Sam Tan says, Tim, this was inevitable. Riots are a result of people feeling hopeless and unheard. People will always go this route when civility has failed. And it has failed over and over and over and over. I mean, just name all the people. Just think of all the people. The trauma that we've experienced as Americans. I mean, and on top, look, and just remember, we're adding all this right now on top of a pandemic with 40, how many people are out of work? How many people are out of work? And then we add this shit. People out of work. Kids can't go to school. People are dying. They're losing family members, loved ones. People are worried. They're afraid. Money's scarce. Bare essentials are scarce. Some people got to work and they're afraid they got to go to work. And they're afraid because they got to go to work. And then we got this shit. And they say, why are they upset, Johnson? Why are they outside? Someone threw a rock. Someone threw a rock and hit a window. There's a man dead on the ground. Yeah, I know, but someone threw a rock. That's not the way to deal with the guy on the ground dead. We should just go through the court system. Fuck you, Karen. What? Fuck you, Karen. I'm telling you, man, what's wrong with people? You know what's worse than Karens, though? And I just want to say this, just so people know. And I get so mad when people think that what's worse than Karens are black people going, man, we could only do better if we just, listen more often. If we just listen more, and if it wasn't for black on black crime, then we would have never been slaves. If it wasn't for black on black crime, they wouldn't have bombed Rosewood. If it wasn't for black on black crime, it would have never been redlining. Black on black crime made them deny us housing loans. Just dumb. So that's the only thing worse than Karens, man. Karens are not the worst. Like, to me, that's the worst. But Karens are close. They're like, right, who's gonna be worse? Who's gonna irritate you more? Who's gonna get you more pissed off? We got a Karen, we gotta sell out, we got a Karen, we gotta sell out, Karen, sell out, Karen, sell out, Karen, sell out! Sell out for the win. Why, a nose hair. What did he win? A trophy. Great, shove it up his ass. Roger Meadows, let's stop. Would you blame all cops? Not all cops are bad stuff. Don't care. This is about police accountability and system, not good cops. Right. This is about police accountability. Look, man, people are going to always think there's good cops and bad cops. Come on, man. You can't Look, there are bad dentists. There are bad doctors. Right? Come on now. There's bad everything. Bad salespeople, bad cashiers. You ever had a bad cashier? Somebody ringing up your food and ringing up your groceries and just talking to you about everything. Ooh, toilet tissue. I like the other kind. You like this kind? This breaks off and gets stuck in my butt crack. I don't like this kind. You know what I'm saying? Oh, wow, look, where'd you get these from? I've been looking for these muffins. These are great muffins. I've been wondering, hey, baby, check these out. They got these muffins. Was they on sale? They on sale. Oh, we need to get these. And I'm over there like, can I just put the damn muffins in the... You just put the bag my shit, please? I mean, I love you. You're a hero. Would be a less... Heroes don't talk a lot. Heroes just bag the shit. That's a hero. Heroes just put it in a bag. You know what I'm going to do next time you do this? I'm going to get in line and do a self-checkout. That's how you'll lose. See, if I self-checkout, then you lose your job. I feel guilty. But you're talking to me. I don't want to talk about every item. Oh, look at these. Maxi pads. Oh, he's got maxi pads. You're a good husband. So you take care of your wife. Look, girl, he got his wife some maxi pads. Look at him. See, some men are good. You are a good man getting these maxi pads, these super dupers. You are special. Wow, you are something else. Oh, look, ooh, he got the hair. Oh, you color your beard. Look at that, he got the beard color. He got the black beard color. You color your beard. Oh, wow. Hey, y'all, look, y'all. He color his beard. Ain't he something? I tell my man color his beard, but he don't color his beard. He just shaved his eye. He shaved his beard and mustache off. He look like a butthead, a literal butthead. Then he shaved his eyebrows off. I'm like, why is he shaved eyebrows and beard off? And that'll be $185. All right. Whew. I love you. Justice for George, says Mariposa. Mariposa, thank you, Mariposa. I appreciate you. Michael. Oh, I'm sorry. Michelle Small. Michelle Small, thank you, Michelle. Worst Year Ever podcast has a great episode about Boogaloo. Nazi agitators trying to take advantage of the situation, provoke cops into firing live rounds to kick off a new civil war. God damn. Rainbow Mind says, thank you, fellow Wolf. Needed to hear you tonight. Thank you. Glad to be here. Glad to be heard. Thank you. Natanya, the checkout line. Right. I'm saying, man, I love you. You my hero. Shut up. Just shut up. Put it in the bag. I got it. Can I do your job? There's people trying both sides of the situation. You can't do that. There's people on both sides playing both sides of the situation. Santaz, the last one. These people trying to both sides of the situation. You can't do that. What is the inciting incident? A man was killed for no reason. Do not downplay that by saying we're making it worse. Right. See, Santaz, that's why I'm not. Dude, Santaz, I'm not even giving that any of my attention. None of my vision, none of my energy is going to that conversation about why did they go in the AutoZone? Shut up. They poor. Next question. Oh, and better yet, let's get back to the dead guy. Remember the dead guy? Not the carburetor the guy took out the AutoZone? He had kids. He had a mother, he had a wife, he had brothers, siblings. Let's talk about him. What, feel uncomfortable? You want to talk about license? You want to talk about medallions or air fresheners, car fresheners out of AutoZone? Or can we talk about the dead guy? Which one you want to do, bruh? Ally, friend, buddy, pal, bro him? See, Johnson, they don't want to have these conversations because it's uncomfortable talking about the real ish. They just want to deflect from what's uncomfortable, and they feel somewhat guilt because they know they haven't done a damn thing, and they do their best to detach themselves from it because they know that they benefit from this structure. They know they benefit from the hierarchy in this country. At least they think they do. We could all benefit from banding together, and that's what we need to do. I'm not going to let you off the hook. You're going to come here, we're gonna work through all the ish together, and we ain't going to hide from reality. Close your eyes when the scrape parts come on. They still happen. You just don't witness them. But they happen. They just happen to somebody else, Johnson. Okay? All right. I got the best callers, the best everything. I feel I'm very grateful. I'm very much, as the officer said, I'm blessed. I'm very fortunate, right, to have such great people in my chat, people in my wolf pack. So thank you very much. I see you tomorrow. Be safe. Hey, continue to use your hand sanitizer. I don't care what these fools say. Continue to mask up. All right? Continue to mask up. And if you need PPE, let's work together. Let's see if we can help one another. Okay? Wolfpack, that's what the community is for. Maybe we need to have a way that we can get messages out to one another, help one another out with this PPE during these hard times. If people still don't have what they need. We need to take the community to the next level. That's all I'm saying. And it's I guess that's on me, right? Tim, build it out and we'll be there. Just build it out. Okay. I will. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Be safe. Don't let nobody take your cornbread. And don't argue with these people. Sprinkle some facts on them. And get out of there. Peace. The Tim Black Show is brought to you live in front of a streaming live audience. Go to patreon.com, Tim's Take Live, become a member today, and get your news you can use. Peace. My guest today, Dr. Cornel West. Thank you, Mr. West, for being here.
My brother, I'm just so blessed to be in conversation with you. I want to salute you. You are a force for good in a mighty way, my brother. You remind me of William Monroe Trotter, that great black radical, cutting against the grain, telling the truth, seeking justice, willing to get in trouble, be in the middle of controversy, but always grounded in quest for truth and justice, man. So I salute you, man.
Thank you, Dr. West.